Well, if you're not having fun yet, hold on to your shorts because it is 8 p.m. on a Thursday night, and you know what that means. It means it's time for the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. We are N5OAK, and my name is Ray, call sign K5BZI, which means I will be your net controller for this evening. It is a controlled net, meaning the station should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. The Oak Hill Thursday Night Net is held every Thursday night, as I mentioned, here on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Extended Repeater Network. You can find out more about that network by going to n5oak.org and clicking on the All-Star tab. You might want to do that this week because if you have been paying attention, our flagship machine is down. The 320 machine is currently not functional, so we've got Chris KV5TX and the crew working to repair that thing, and we'll have that sucker back online as soon as possible. In the meantime, I am coming to you on our 441.775 machine, which is located at the University of Texas campus in downtown Austin. Tonight looks like, oh, and by the way, we always have, as a backup, the 147.250 machine, which is located just outside of Johnson City, Texas. So if you're out around Dripping Springs or Wimberley area, you can probably have your best shot of joining the net tonight through that machine. If not, your options are as follows. We have connected tonight the KA5D system is always connected on Thursday nights. Thank you very much, Kyle, for connecting your University Link hub system. And you can find out the frequencies that are associated with that system by going to ka5d.org. Actually, I think it's ka5d.com. Anyways, some of the frequencies include the flagship, which is what is it? It's the 441.325. 441.325, and the tone on that thing is 97. It's 97. Yeah, go double check me on that. Anyway, the 441.325 system is always connected on Thursday nights, as well as all the other KA5D nodes, and you can find those, like I said, by going to ka5d.com. Also connected tonight to the KA5D system is the KC2QJA system. Thanks for the connecting there. That's 441.675. We've got K5TMT out in Leander. He's always connected at 441.3125, and through Matt's system is the KE5RS system at 441.6. And, of course, as always tonight, we've got Alpha India 5 Alpha system. That includes a 441.350 440 machine, as well as, I believe, a 220, which, let me find it. There it is, 224.100, and that's actually connected through the KA5D system. But that one belongs to Rick down there in South Austin. So if you're anywhere near any of those machines that I just mentioned, feel free to join us through there. And if you missed those frequencies and offsets and or tones, which I don't think I was pretty good about providing, as I mentioned, go to the website at n5oak.org and click on the All-Star tab for a bubble chart, which will provide you with all of the information you need to join us tonight. All right, again, let me remind you that you are listening to the N5OAK Thursday Night Net. We are the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. It is a controlled net that has the purpose of getting a great group of local amateur radio operators together to chat radio, to talk about projects you've been working on. Maybe you've got a question about something that you're working on, but and need information, or maybe you're stuck and you're looking for some feedback by an Elmer. Well, let me tell you, you've come to the right place, because there is a grand wealth of knowledge, I should say, that joins this net every Thursday night. So if you got any questions, comments, or want to brag about a project, be sure to hang out until the general check-ins portion of tonight's net. If you can't wait quite that long, here in just a few, I will do a short-timers check-in. Short-timers are those who don't have long with us this evening and would like to get your name and call sign on the log tonight. I will get to that here shortly. And then after short-time check-ins, We'll go into some news, and actually, before that, we're going to do a question from the general class license pool, and I believe it looks like probably Rusty's got that for us tonight, I think. Maybe there was somebody else. But I know for sure that Garrett, KG5 KVJ, will be doing tonight's news. So be sure to stand by for the news and nuggets and the general class license pool exam. And then after all that's said and done, we will do regular check-ins. As I mentioned, regular check-ins are the meat and potatoes. You're going to want to stick around for that if you can. And by the way, you do not have to be a Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club member. In fact, we just ask that you are, in fact, a licensed amateur radio operator and encourage any and all of those to check into our nets and participate. It's a lot of fun. I hope you do, and you won't regret it. A couple other things before we get into short-time check-ins. Let me remind you that you can follow along with check-ins tonight by downloading a piece of software called NetLogger. It's all one word. I think it's at netlogger.org, I believe. It's a free piece of software. I use it to log check-ins. You can log in and connect. Click the big blue button that says Select Net, and with that you can follow along as I check folks in. Also, if you would like to join me in the shack, you can do so by going to our Discord video channel. If you have not joined us on Discord, you can do that by going to our website at n5oak.org and scrolling down and look for the big purple button on any page. And Thursday nights are a great night to do so because there are typically administrators listening to the net on Thursday nights who can preview pretty much instantly. So if you haven't joined us on Discord, by the way, if you don't know what Discord is an online chat room client that we use to keep in touch during nets, during the day when we can't be around a radio or when we are around a radio, and it's just a great wealth of information as well at all times. We have channels on the Discord server that are dedicated to specific aspects of the hobby, including working satellites, doing field day, summits on the air. All of our meetings are announced on there as well as on the Thursday night net. But it's a great place to gain knowledge and ask questions and just generally keep in touch other than just the Thursday night net. So if you are on Discord, if you're not, like I say, go to the website, join us. If you are, jump on over to the video channel and join myself and a few others in their shacks tonight. And if you don't have video, that's okay. You can lurk. It's all good. We've got so far KI5 UKF lurking. We've got my nephew Cody and my mom is actually on video tonight with us on Discord. We've got Anderson KI5 NLK and of course in the shack K5BZI. Okay, without further ado, let me jump on in. Let me I should do a station ID. The repeater just reminded me it's about that time. You are listening to the N5OAK Thursday Night Net. We are the Oak Hill Club. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for the net. It is a controlled net, meaning that stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. And with that, I am the Thursday Night Net. I am located in South.
A5BZI, you there? Hey, Ray, can you
K5BZI.
Z5BBS.
K5BZI, give me just a minute.
Roger, roger.
All right, K5BZI, for some reason I don't seem to be hitting the 440 machine anymore, so I jumped over to our backup machine out in Johnson City at 147.250. How am I coming through, Rusty?
Yeah, a whole lot better. You're getting some packet loss there, and then all of a sudden your signal just dropped, so I'm not sure. I'm coming in on the 775, though, so it looks like everybody's back in business.
All right, guys, we apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. As I mentioned earlier, the 320's down, and we've been having some issues. I noticed earlier today, I was listening to some QSOs happening on the 775 machine, and they were being dropped pretty bad. So maybe that's what's going on. I think we have been having some intermittent problems with that repeater. So maybe when it rains, it pours. So. Looks like we might be having trouble with both our 320 and our 775. So bear with us. I apologize. We'll get through it, and we'll get stuff fixed up as soon as we can. Anyway, as I was saying, it's time now for short time check-ins. If you don't have long with us this evening, and you'd like to get your name and call sign on the log, you do not have to be a club member. You just have to be a licensed amateur radio operator. If you have nothing to share with me this evening, just tell me no traffic. Otherwise, I will check in on you, but I won't take any comments from anybody. I'll check in, see how you've been, then I'll let you go. So it's 10 after now, and so those of you who joined us early for short time check-ins, come on with your name and call sign now, please.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Cannon, South Austin, no traffic.
This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Papa, AI5HP, Aaron and Vita, no traffic.
Okay. At 2 there, I got Kilo India 5 HQT. That's Ken up in northern Austin, I believe. Thanks for checking in, Ken. And we got you no traffic on the log. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week. After Kent was Alpha India 5 Hotel Papa. That's Aaron down south in Buda. Thanks for checking in, Aaron. We got you no traffic. Have a great weekend. Anybody else want to check in? Short timers only. Come now with your name and call sign. Well, considering the issues that we seem to be having with our extended repeater network, it's not all that surprising that we've got a short timer list. Well, like I said, if you'd like to check in later on, you can always tell me no traffic during regular check-ins portion, and that is perfectly fine as well. Okay, well, after short timers, we always do a station ID, and I don't know if my last one got through because of the issues we've been having, so let me do that real quick. We're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, a service of the N5OAK Club located in Oak Hill and beyond. My name is Ray, call sign K5BZI, and I am your net controller for the evening. It is a control net, meaning the station should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. We've gotten through short time check-ins, and it's now time to hand the mic over to Rusty, WZ5BBS, for the exam question tonight. Rusty, take it away.
Roger. Thank you, Ray. All right, so tonight's question, which of the following statements is true of the single sideband voice mode? Which of the following statements is true of the single sideband voice mode? Here we go. Alpha, only one sideband and the carrier are transmitted. The other sideband is suppressed. Bravo, only one sideband is transmitted. The other sideband and carrier are suppressed. Charlie, single sideband is the only voice mode that is authorized on the 20, 15, and 10 meter amateur bands. Our Delta, single sideband, is the only voice mode that is authorized on the 160, 75, and 40 meter amateur bands. We're going to start this out with technicians. If you're a technician and would like to take a guess, come with your call sign and your answer.
KG5UNK.
Go ahead, Doug.
I'll give you a Bravo.
All right, we got Doug with Bravo. Any other technicians out there want to give it a whirl? All right, let's open it up to any license class. Any license class. If you have a guess, come with your call sign and your answer.
N5SMO, Bravo.
All right, we got N5SMO in for Bravo. Thank you, Bill. And I heard somebody else in there as well. Come on again.
Kilo Golf 5, Kilo Victor Juliet, put me down for Bravo as well.
All right, we got KVJ in for Bravo. Anybody else want to take a stab? Come with your call sign and your answer. All right, well, we'll wrap up our first question. Everybody got that right. The answer is Bravo. Which of the following statements is true of the single sideband voice mode? The correct answer, only one sideband is transmitted. The other sideband and carrier are suppressed. So way to go, gentlemen, on that one. Let's go to question number 2. This is a CW question. When sending CW, what does a C mean when added to the RST report? When sending CW, what does a C, otherwise Charlie, mean when added to the RST report? Here are your answer choices. Alpha, chirpy or unstable signal. Bravo, report was read from an S meter rather than estimated. Charlie, 100% copy. Or Delta, key clicks. All right, if you have an answer and you are a technician, tell me your call sign and your answer.
AG5UNK? I'm going to guess Charlie, but it's a guess. I don't know.
All right, that's totally fair, man. All right, so Doug is coming in with C, 100% copy. Anybody else want to take a guess? Technician, come with your call sign and your answer. All right, let's open it up to anybody. If you have a guess, come with your call sign and your answer.
N5SMO, Alpha.
All right, we got Bill down for Alpha. Anybody else want to take a guess?
A5BZI relay.
Go ahead with the relay.
My nephew says Charlie.
All right, so we got Cody No Call coming in with Charlie. Anybody else want to take a stab?
This is Kilo Golf 5, Kilo Victor Juliet, Delta.
AVJ going in for Delta. All right, all we need is a Bravo. Somebody come in and give me a Bravo.
AC5G Bravo.
Always count on Philip. Thanks, sir. All right, well, so we've got everybody, all the answers are here. So when sending CW, what does a C mean when added to the RST report? All right, Philip, unfortunately, you gave me the wrong answer, but thanks for playing anyway. The correct answer, the only one that got it was Bill, N5SMO. Way to go, man. Chirpy or unstable signal. So when sending a CW, if you see a C, when added to the RST report, it means you got a chirpy or unstable signal. All right, well, thanks to everybody for playing. Let's pass it back to Nat Control, and we'll see you down the log. WZ5BBS, back to you, Ray.
All right, Rusty, thank you very much. Those were some good ones. I don't think I've ever heard the chirpy question before. That's pretty cool. I would not have known it. That's why I didn't give it a shot. So I appreciate that, and thanks everybody for playing along. We do a question from the general class pool every Thursday to kind of help those technician class licensees hear those questions kind of on the fly in hopes that they will, solidify the answers in their minds so they can go pass that general class test. And of course, to keep us general class licensees, sharp on them. I didn't even remember that one, so good on me. All right. Let me now pass it on over to Garrett, KG5KVJ for tonight's news. Garrett, stick around with us.
Roger. My name is Garrett, KG5KVJ, and I am here with your evening news. The FCC finds New York electronics marketer for selling non-compliant wireless devices. August 22, the FCC today fined Soundaround, a Brooklyn audio and video accessories, $5,338. The FCC significantly increased the forfeiture as a result of Soundaround's repeated, continuous, and more than a decade-long marketing of non-compliant radio frequency devices. Following a complaint in 2016, the FCC began a new investigation into Soundaround. During this year-long investigation, it had incomplete answers about whether the wireless microphones it was selling were authorized. Following the FCC's 2020 proposed fine, the company did respond, arguing that photos of marketing websites did not prove an item could be purchased, that a decade of warnings and notices were insufficient notice, and that the proposed forfeiture amount was too high. The FCC today rejected these arguments. Soundaround does not pay the fines. This matter will be referred to the DOJ for collection. The piece of news we have is eruption proved continuing importance of shortwave. When the Ha'apai submarine volcano exploded earlier this year, bringing down communications to and from Tonga, RNZ Pacific reverted to shortwave to reach the isolated island nation. In January this year, the Ha'apai submarine volcano exploded. It was the most powerful explosion of its type that the world has seen since the Krakatoa in 1883. Sending atmospheric shockwaves around the world. The eruption badly damaged the international high-speed subsea cabling connecting Tonga to the rest of the world. The island kingdom was cut off. It was several days before the jury-rigged comms were restored. Information on Tonga was impossible, but thankfully, RNZ Pacific was able to broadcast vital information into the country. But what many dismiss as a legacy dispute continues to show its worth. The government signed off on a multi-million-dollar investment in new shortwave transmitter for the RNZ Pacific, the international service of the New Zealand public broadcaster, Radio New Zealand. To allow us to continue and build on a service that began in 1948 using transmitters left behind by the U.S. military after the Second World War. The final piece of news we have is about the Isle of Man. Point of Ayre Lighthouse is an active 19th century lighthouse sited at the Point of Ayre and the northeastern end of the Isle of Man. Dale, Echo India 7 Hotel Delta Bravo, along with members of the Isle of Man Amateur Radio Society, will be activating the lighthouse IM001 for the weekend of the 20th and 21st of August for the Lighthouse and Lifeboat Weekend. Club call GT3FL will be used for the event, and they hope to be active for the full 48 hours. The station will be live from 80 meters to 70 centimeters, operating CW, SSB, and digital mode. So please, listen out for them. Echo India 7 Hotel Delta Bravo will arrive on the Isle of Man on the 14th of August to set up the station at the Point of Ayre Lighthouse. He will be active on most bands as MD/EI7HDB between the 14th and 19th of August. Operating holiday style, so listen out for him especially if you're looking to get the Isle of Man in your log. KG5KVJ with your evening news, and back to net control.
All right. Great stuff there, Garrett. I really appreciate it. And I wonder if you could tell me the name of that volcano again real quick?
Oh, KG5KVJ.
Come on, man. Say it 5 times fast. All right, dude. I appreciate it. That's some interesting stuff. And it sounded like you said that Isle of Man Lighthouse will be operational during the Lighthouses on the Air weekend, August 21st. So I'm looking into that. That's one of my favorite events, Lighthouses on the Air. It's a pretty cool event, guys. So keep your eyes open for Lighthouses on the Air. Sounds like it's happening this year on August 21st. So that's good stuff. All right. Anybody have any questions, comments, or other newsworthy news type items to share with the net tonight? Come now with your name and call sign. Okay, nothing heard. Well, looking at the announcements channel on Discord, if you haven't noticed, it looks like the DMR machine is back online. So thanks to Brandon, KG5CDP, and of course Chris, KB5TX, for getting the DMR machine back online. If you guys have not used our DMR machine yet, the frequency is in the 440 range somewhere. I can't think of it right now, but it is located at near the intersection of North Burnett and Anderson, Burnett Road and Anderson in the northern part of Austin. It doesn't have a great range, but if you're located in the northern part of the town, you can go to our website, which I'm about to do at n5oak.org, and look for our repeaters, and you will find that our DMR machine is on 441.300 and located in North Austin with a tone of 114.8. Okay, let me open it up and see if anybody has any sort of fox hunt news for this week.
AC5G.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't officially signed up for it, but I am going to get a fox out this weekend. Don't know where exactly yet, so we'll say Travis County for now, but I'll put a map up and everything on Friday. Whenever I do get it out, it'll hopefully be before trivia, but yeah, I expect it sometime Friday night to be put up. AC5G, back to net.
All right, excellent. Thank you, sir, for that. So it looks like we have a fox again this weekend, guys, starting Friday evening before the net, before the trivia net. And I assume, about what time you think you might be picking it up? Will it be Sunday evening, Monday morning?
Yeah, I usually wait till pretty late on Sunday, especially with sun going down late, so late these days. We'll say, yeah, at least till 7 o'clock on Sunday it should be out.
Okay, well, there you have it, guys. Keep an eye on the Fox Hunt channel on Discord for this weekend's map, and that's pretty good stuff. Thanks for all the Fox builders and hiders. The Fox Hunt is a blast. I've had to miss out on the last few, but hopefully I can maybe I might be able to go hunt for one this weekend, so that's great. Great news. Let me remind you, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. We are N5OAK. My name is Ray. I am net control. It is a controlled net. And my call sign is K5BZI. Okay, well, without further ado, let me hand it over to Rusty, our president and social events coordinator, WZ5BBS, for his update this week. Go ahead, Rusty.
Thank you, Ray. Go ahead and turn it over to Jeffrey real quick, KI5MVF, so he can give us the Fox Hunt update. I think he was sleeping, but Jeffrey, you out there?
Yeah, KI5MVF. Sorry, I threw my call sign out, but I was on the wrong side of the radio, and if anybody was listening to the Southside Simplex frequency, you would have heard me. Glad to hear we've got another awesome fox hunt already set up for this weekend. I am hoping that I can break away and make that happen, but wouldn't be surprised if I don't. Regardless, there was a great one, or two, this past weekend. Paul, KA5FZU, and Ernesto, KI5DZN, both hosted this weekend. Ernesto has says that Paul, KA5FZU, Georgine, KF5KLJ, Doug, KG5UNK, signs the log, and that Philip AC5G got pretty close before, super close before the battery died. Ernesto, I think we need a new battery in that thing. We've been wearing it out. I would be happy to contribute to getting a new battery on that. And then I searched for Paul's Fox and didn't quite find it. But he didn't include a list of who did find it. But great fox hunt this weekend, or this past weekend, and looking forward to the next one. This is KI5MVF with the Fox Hunt News, and I'll send it back to net.
All right. take it from here. For all our new members, the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club has a trivia net right here every Friday at 9 p.m. We had 27 players last week. Aaron, AI5HP, came in first place. Scott, KI5OBD, came in second. And Leonard, KI5NLC, came in third. The elimination round, we made it all the way to level 6. And then it took out Philip, AC5G, Steve, KG5LAA, and Scott, KI5OBD. They were the big winners in the elimination round. As far as player rankings go, Kent is still the one to beat, man. KI5RBT, nobody's even getting close. So tomorrow night, it is North versus South. For those of you that don't know, the first Friday of every month we do North versus South. And the North is kicking it, man, 6-5. So the Southies need to get in there and make it happen. North versus South, man, if you don't play any other time, the North versus South is the time to play. And anybody can play. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer. We got the bingo starting at 8:30, so you got something to do while you're hanging out waiting for the net to begin. I'll put all the details and a link in the Thursday night net channel. You can check out the player rankings, stats, net log, everything that you want, any information about the Friday night trivia net, just head over to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. And one of the cool things, so Miresto is doing trivia for the next 2 weeks. We've got Mireya and Ernesto. They're going to be doing trivia at my house tomorrow, and then they're going to be soloing the next week because I'm going to be on vacation. So we got Miresto playing with Trivia Net. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. So that's all I have on the Trivia Net. As far as official club announcements, we have 443 members. We got 4 new members as of last net. John, KE5RS, he finally became a member. Good to have you, John. Daniel, W5TAB, is a member. Isaac is currently studying for his license, but he is a member. And Mark, KG5SPO, is a member as well. So welcome, gentlemen, to the club. The DMR machine is back up, like Ray said. The 441-300 is up and kicking, so go kick the tires and make sure that it's working the way it should. And then another fun thing, the Austin Amateur Radio Club is starting up local testing again. The first one is September 3rd. All the details are in the VE testing channel on Discord, and I've also put all the dates on our calendar with all the details. So if you're out there and you're not part of Discord and it's time to either get your license or it's time to upgrade your license, you can go check out n5oak.org, click on the calendar tab, and you'll see the testing date. September 3rd is the first one. It'll give you all the details. I have talked to Jim, and I will be officially VEing for that one, so I will be there. I think Ernesto is going to be there. So if it's time to get your license or upgrade, now's the time, September 3rd. That is all I've got. Thanks for running the net, Ray. We'll send it back to net control. WZ5 BBS.
All right, Mr. Rusty, appreciate all the updates there, and thank you so much for the work that you do maintaining our website and updating the calendar and stuff. That is really awesome, and it's good to have it updated all the time. And did you say that the top 3 finalists in sudden elimination all lost at the same time? Is that right?
That is correct. We made it to level 6, and level 6 got all 3 of them.
Do you remember what the question was?
I don't, but it did have something to do with Honga Tonga. That's about all I can remember.
It was probably pronounced the name correctly, and you go on to the next round, and all 3 of them lost it. I get it. All right, man. Well, it definitely would have taken out Garrett. Good stuff. All righty. Well, thank you so much again for that. If anyone has any questions, comments about Trivia Night or anything or any other announcements maybe that the club needs to know about, come now with your name and call sign.
AI5HP.
Hey, go ahead, Aaron. What you got?
Hey, so if Miresto is going to be hosting Trivia Night, does that mean Rusty is going to be part of the competition?
There's a good question, Rusty. If you're not hosting, are you going to be playing?
I am not. I'm going to be supervising, but I set up the game, so I'm going to have all the answers in front of me, so it's really not fair. Once we're kind of baby stepping them into this, they're going to run it at my house tomorrow and kind of get comfortable with it, and then they're going to run it solo next week. So, but I'm still going to set up all the questions. So once we get the hang of it and they kind of get used to it, then I will totally let them pick their own questions and all that kinds of fun, and then I will play. But no, it wouldn't be very fair if I did that. But thanks for asking, Aaron. We'll get there eventually, though. Don't you worry.
All right. Good question. Anybody else have anything before we move on to regular check-ins? Okay, nothing heard. Well, let me remind you that you are listening to the N508K Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club net. It's heard every Thursday night here at 8 p.m. My name is Ray, call sign K5BZI. I am net controller. It is a controlled net, meaning that stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. If you would like to join me and others in the shack via video stream, you can do so by going to the video channel on Discord. If you have not joined us on Discord, Discord is a online chat client that we use to keep in touch and also to share knowledge and information. You can join that for free by going to our website at n508k.org and clicking on the big purple button that says Join Discord. And tonight's a good time to do it because there are admins listening that will see you when you do so and give you what you need to know to get approved. We're going to jump right into the regular check-ins portion, but before we do, let me remind you to keep the conversation clean and friendly. We do have attendees, amateur radio operators, and otherwise of all ages, sexes, and sizes that join us every Thursday night. We do have quite a vast crowd, so keep the politics and religion away. You don't have to talk about radio, but we prefer that you keep it clean and keep the riffraff down. And keep it friendly for those who may be new to the hobby, may be new to the area, and otherwise. You know what I mean. Let's see, what else? If you would like to follow along with check-ins, you can download NetLogger. I use NetLogger, which is an online tool, and you can actually click on the blue button within NetLogger to select OHARC Thursday Night Net, and you can actually see the call signs and names as I check folks in. So that's pretty cool. And let's see, what else am I mentioning? Let me remind you also that if you are having a hard time reaching us tonight, there could be several reasons. Our main repeater is down for the time being. The 147.320 is actually non-functional. Hopefully we'll have it back up here in a few weeks. Tonight, and I noticed earlier today as well, we were having some intermittent issues, packet loss sounding type issues with our 441775 machine, so bear with us as we sludge our way through our technical difficulties. But you can also try joining us either by Echolink, AllStar. Echolink, you can, I believe, go to the KA5D system. You can also join us by direct repeater link through going to the KA5D system. And you can find the frequencies for all of that by going to the AllStar tab on our website at n508k.org or by going to ka5d.com. Okay, let's see. If you would like to check into tonight's net via regular check-in, come with your name and call sign. If you have nothing to share, just tell me no traffic and I'll skip you all together. Otherwise, I'll check back in with you. So come now with your name and call sign. Keep them coming.
In Fox 5,
This is W5NDS.
This is KG5GYM.
This is Alpha Charlie 5 call. Philip East Austin, no traffic. This Kilo Golf 5, Kilo Victor Juliet.
W0PCO.
This is
This is AI5OBD, Scott and Kyle.
This is November 5 Sierra, Mike Oscar, no traffic.
All right. Sounded like a pretty good run. Let me start at the top of the list there with November Fox 5 Yankee. That's Brant down here in Austin. Not too far from me, I think, down here in South Austin. How you doing, Brant? How are things?
Hey, Ray. Hello, everybody. Brant here in Fox 5Y. Things are great over here. As y'all might recall, my shack is the laundry room, and that's also my home office as well. And I always thought that I'd have to wait until I was really old until I could have my own shack. But my wife is evicting me from the laundry room, and we're building a shack outside. Let it drop. And I'm excited because it's nearly done. I just need HVAC and fix some paint issues at this point. It's been a real journey dealing with the contractors and the subcontractors. There's been a whole lot of smoke and mirrors and paranormal activity and that sort of thing. Eventually, I just delegated that to the YL because she's nicer than I am and she's more effective at communicating. So that's all I got. Been missing the radio stuff and trying to get back into it. Hope everyone's staying cool. In Fox 5Y, back to net.
All right, man. Roger that. Yeah, I knew you were building a shed. Or shack. I didn't know where, how you were going about it. But yeah, doing it contractor-wise, I'm sure you're dealing with the rigmarole that goes hand in hand with all of that. Well, good luck to that. I hope it gets done sooner than later, and I'm sure your wife will be glad to have the laundry room back. Although we will miss the old washing machine dryer backdrop there on Discord when you join us. So, but I'm sure the new shack will be cool. All right, anybody got anything for Brant tonight? He's here with us in Fox 5 Yankee. Come now with your name and call sign. Okay. Nothing heard. Thanks for joining us tonight, Brant. Have a great weekend. Good luck with the project, and we will catch you on Tuesday night, if not sooner. Next on my list is Rod, W5 November Delta Sierra, up there in sort of more northern of Austin. Rod, what's new with you this week, man?
Well, good evening, Ray and everybody on the net. Well, first of all, I was not able to check in on the simplex net on Tuesday night. There were several stations on there. My amp is not working right now, but I have the mile-high antenna that you installed for me there, Ray. And there were several stations down in South Austin. They know who they are, and they were bragging about how tight they could turn their squelches and still hear each other because they're so close together. Well, that I guess meant that they couldn't hear me. But I'll be there trying again next Tuesday night. And I wanted to, well, first of all, Ray, you are coming through the 250 machine out there very well. So that's good. And I wanted to underscore your suggestion that there's been a lot of focus on 2 meters, and I think it's time for club members to look toward improving their acquaintance and capabilities with the 70 centimeter band and the club repeaters that we have there. And I guess I can't time out, so first of all, I think it was really good that we had the question on the CW, the Charlie designation at the end of a signal repair report. And with your indulgence, Ray, other members, I thought I would demonstrate here what a chirpy CW signal sounds like. It would be like timed out the note. Crazy.
So the funny thing, Rod, is that you timed out the All-Star node.
Well, All-Star doesn't like me anyway.
Well, it's good to hear you're true to form, timing stuff out, man. That's what we can always count on, Rod. Appreciate that. So the last thing I heard you say was that you wanted to demonstrate the chirping sound, but we missed it because you timed the note out. So can you give us that demonstration again?
I think we're all familiar with the club station repeater with the flagship repeater call sign N5OLOAK, and here's what it sounds like when chirping. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tweet, 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 tweet.
That was pretty fantastic, Rod. Can you also do you do a good like, I don't know, I was trying to think of what's the, oh geez, I just blew my own joke because I couldn't think of the daggum guy's name. What was the governor of California?
What guy in California? Come again?
The governor, the muscle guy, what was his name? Cigar smoking governor of California. Can you also imitate him?
Schwarzenegger, right? I think you're referring to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There it is. Yeah, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I think your chirping repeater call sign is better than your Schwarzenegger impression, but I appreciate you giving it a go there, buddy. All right, that's good stuff. Anybody got anything for Rod tonight? W5NDS is here. Oh, wait, before I open it up, I wanted to ask if you have any idea what might be wrong with your amplifier, Rod.
Oh, it's the fuse. Well, I have, 2 amps here. One that Sammy borrowed me, and my original one. It's a fuse problem. I'm going to reinstall my original 2-meter amp there and get the fuse fixed. And I'm going to see if maybe I can get Doug to give me a hand with that. W5NDS.
Okay, well that shouldn't be too terrible then. A fuse issue should be easy enough to solve. So good to hear it's nothing more serious than that. All right, well, let's see. If anyone else has anything for Rod tonight, W5NDS is here. Come on now with your name and call sign.
N5TXR.
Floor is yours, Sammy. Take it away.
Ray, a minute ago when you said the All-Star dropped out, I heard his entire key down over here, so I listened to his interpretation of the code twice, but it came through over here. I'm not sure what you're on. But I was going to ask Rod the same thing. What's wrong with the amp? Are you talking about just getting your other one back running, or is there a problem with the KLM?
Well, the KLM is not running predictably, so I thought I'd just try to put in the old amp back in service, and I think you know what the problems are with that.
Oh, there was something new. No, it's probably just not enough air blowing across it, because I don't know, maybe you could ask other folks, but you do tend to key down for quite some time. And you got to have a big fan on that thing, or it will overheat. But I know the issues with that, but I still got that fan sitting over here for you. I just haven't been able to get over there.
That's okay, Sammy. Understand. But, you know, it ought to, most of the time it won't relay doesn't click. It won't key up at all. So, we got to coax it a little bit.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. All right, I'll talk to you on the phone or something about it. Anyway, thanks, Ray, and hello, everyone. Back to net control.
So, to be fair, he did drop out for me. I'm on the 250, so he must be coming through, I guess, the 441 machine, and it was linked to the 250, and I did not hear the first interpretation. So, you're welcome, all of those who got to hear it twice. All right, anybody else have anything for Rod tonight? W5NDS is here.
EBS.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Rod, so I just want to let you know I drove over to Dairy Queen, and I'm having a dip cone in your honor tonight, sir. And also, I got to hear the QSO podcast with you in it, and it was absolutely fantastic. You need to do more of those, man. So, have a good night, WZ5BBS.
Oh, thank you, Rusty. I wasn't overly proud of that podcast, but you know, I'm my own most severe critic, I guess.
Understandable, but man, they were great stories, and I learned a lot. So thanks for doing that. I appreciate it.
All right. Anybody else before we let Rod go tonight?
Garrett?
Yep, go ahead, Garrett.
I just wanted to echo some of what Rusty said. I was also listening to that QSO podcast, and it's pretty fantastic hearing about some of the earlier days of ham radio and some of the stuff you went through and learned and overcame a lot of the struggles of growing up during that time period. So I really appreciate you at least doing it, even though you're not that proud of it. You know, for a younger guy like myself, it's pretty cool to hear, hear that story. KG5, KVJ.
Thanks, Garrett. Good to hear you tonight.
Sounded like we had one more in there. Go ahead.
AG0NY.
Danny, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate what Sandy said. I heard I'm coming in through Echolink on the KA5D-R, and I heard the whole thing from Rod on the original CW interpretation. So just maybe that's some better information on the Echolink or All-Star nodes and where it came in at.
All right, yeah, good stuff. Glad we asked him to repeat. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the podcast these guys are talking about is a really good podcast that George K5CR posted on our podcast channel on Discord. So if you haven't heard it, you should definitely go check it out. It's only 3 messages back on the podcast channel on Discord. Go give it a listen. Good stuff. You'll be glad you did. Okay, well, thanks for joining us tonight, Rod. Have a great evening, and we will see you next weekend, and hopefully you'll be have a little power behind you next Tuesday night so you can make the most out of the height of that antenna. All right, next on my list is Mike, all the way from northern New York. That's Kilo Golf 5 Golf Yankee Mike, KG5 GYM, I assume through Echo. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
I'm just now getting around to getting a shack kind of put together here. I bought a house in, it's not far northern New York. It's, I don't know. They call it upstate New York, but it's right in the middle by Albany, actually right next door to Schenectady. And it's a nice place, nice neighborhood, you know, and, they have, I can hit like 4 or 5 repeaters and I never heard a word out of any of them. So, I've got 5 or 6 guys that I talk to pretty frequently on 520. So that's kind of, you know, that's good. I'm just now getting around to trying to get some kind of antennas up and doing stuff like that. So we'll have to see how all that works out. Other than that, you know, life is, they've been having a heat wave up here. It was in the low 90s today, and people thought they were going to die. There was a little breeze. It felt pretty comfortable to me, but, you know, what can you do? Apparently this is unusual for up here. But, yeah, like that. And, I was trying to use the N5OAK Echo Link, and it was like not there. And that kind of concerned me, and I tried K5AD yesterday, and I couldn't get in there on Echo Link, so I'm using that system, and that one works every time, so it's all good. I guess I gotta get me a All-Star node together, and that would probably be better than what I'm doing now. Anyway, that's all I got. Back to net.
Well, what you're using now is working for you. I mean, I know you had some issues getting in. That's because we're all having issues down here, so it's not your fault. But you did get in. You sound great, and it's really good to hear from you, Mike. We miss you on the repeater. For those of you who don't know, KG5GYM is an original OG. He is probably the first voice I heard when I started talking on the net or on the Oak, and he's definitely always there when you were calling out for a sound check. So it's always good to hear Mike. He moved up to New York not long back, and we've missed him ever since. So good to have you on the net there, man. We've got KG5GYM with us here, guys, and if anyone would like to say hi to him, come now with your name and call.
N5SMO.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Ray. Hey, Mike, I just wanted to say hi, man. It's good hearing you. I heard you check into the net one other time, and I had an HT with me, and I couldn't get in. I was trying to answer you. It was like a Saturday morning or something like that a couple of weeks ago. But man, good to hear from you, and hope you're doing well up there, and I hope you're being cooler than we are because it sucks right now. Back to net, N5SMO.
Got some.
You know, Bill, I was here last winter when it was 20 below, so you know you got your nights in the summer, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to adapt to these winters back in it.
Yeah, 20 below is rough. And if I know you like I think I do, I believe you're originally a California boy, so you know dealing with that. You know, growing up around that perfect weather and then coming here where it's like an oven in the summertime and then now dealing with that in the wintertime, boy, that's a tough transition. All right, anybody else got anything for Mike before I let him go? KG5GYM is here with us tonight. All right, Mike. Well, like I say, thanks for joining us. Sounded good. And hopefully by the next time you try to join us, it'll be a little easier to get in. Next on my list was Alpha Charlie 5 Golf. That's Philip out in Del Valle. He said no traffic. Have a great weekend, Philip. Thanks for checking in. We got you on the log. And next up on the log is Garrett, our newsman this night. KG5KVJ. What's new with you this week, man?
Not really a whole lot. Thanks for running the net, Ray. I think I got on FT8 past week or so. I can't. The time's flying by, so I don't really know. But FT8's been pretty interesting. I thought that HF phone was lazy, but my gosh, FT8 is a whole different beast. But yeah, no. Other than that, just set up the cabinet, trying to rearrange the shop. Hopefully you're enjoying the mini bike over there. It sounds like you broke the chain on it. KG5, KVJ, back to next.
Yeah, so here's the real bummer about the mini bike, man. So, you know, the boys were here, and they drove that thing around the neighborhood for days. And then the day after they leave, I get on it to finally have some fun, and I make it out of my driveway and bang, the chain breaks. So, dadgummit. But I've got some, it was the master link that snapped, and so I've got a few extras on the way, and hopefully I'll put a couple miles on it before I give it back. All right, we've got Garrett here, guys. KG5KVJ is here. Come now with your name and call sign if you'd like to say hi. All right, nothing heard, man. We'll see you on Tuesday night, maybe even Monday. I think you're one of the regulars. By the way, let me since I brought up Tuesday night a couple times already. Let me give you guys the rundown on Tuesday. If you're not familiar, we do a 2-meter simplex night on Tuesdays. We call it Southside Simplex because it originated with Southeast, but we've gotten guys. Rod joins us every week, and he's north of the north of Airport Boulevard in northern Austin. He joins us just fine. So if you can hear us, we can probably hear you, and if you can't, we will relay for you. We do a lot of relaying on Tuesday nights. It's just a great way to test out your gear and just a good time. We call it a net loosely. It's more of a rag chew session, and we just have a good time. It starts at 8 o'clock on 146.555 on Tuesday nights. So come give us a join if you think you can or you think you want to. All right, next on my list is Andrew. That's W0 Tango Charlie Oscar. Andrew, how are you, man?
Hey, Ray. Thanks for hosting the net tonight. Things are going well. I'm in the land of W9. Came up here to, I've had some family events going on. So I thought I would just check in tonight. So I haven't been doing much radio, but I thought I would check in. Coming in on Echolink on the KA5B system. So thanks, Rick, for having this up so I can check in. And yeah, just hanging up here in the land of nine. So back to you, Net Control.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming in. It sounds like KA5D and TMT are saving our buns this week with Echo Link connections. So, yeah, sounding good through Echo, about as good as you can through Echo. You sounded great, so we appreciate you joining us. Guys, Andrew's up north. Well, I don't know where you said you were. A 9 region. Okay. Where's 9, guys? Tell us. W0TCO's here. Come say hi. Okay, Andrew, where's 9 land? I don't remember. I'd have to look at a map.
Nine land is northwestern United States, so Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio region. I'm in Wisconsin right now, where my family is from. But yeah, in the land of 9, and I gotta say it's a lot better than Texas because it's not so big and hot. Back to net.
All right, there you go. Well, thanks for checking in, man. Have a great weekend and a great trip. I hope your family's doing well, and give them all a big hug for the club, for us in the club. Moving down the list is Scott, KI5OBD. Hello, Scott. Scott, by the way, is with us on the video channel on Discord, so if you'd like to join us in the shack, we are there on the Discord video channel. Come check us out. Hello, Scott. What's new?
Howdy, Ray. Howdy, everybody. Thanks for running the net, Ray. What's new? Not a lot of radio news, unless you want to talk about the one that got away. It was Tuesday night. It was MD0CCE in the Isle of Man, which is right between between England and Ireland in that little strip of ocean. But they have the coolest flag, and I want it. And but the pileup was so intense that I didn't get through. And I tried for about half an hour and then blew it off and went over to Southside Simplex. But yeah, so yeah, he got away. There's the more intense the pileup, the more rude some of the hams get. I heard guys, throwing out their call sign 3-4 times over his QSO. And so, I get, it can be entertaining for a bit, and then I got disgusted and just, I don't know. But I got an amp on my list that might help me break through those pileups. And I didn't think about it at the time. I didn't try the tuning technique to tune a little bit off frequency, but maybe I'll try that next time. Let me let it drop. I did see something on Discord about you had that mini bike and you had some nephews over or something. I have a mini bike story. It was Christmas of '71. My dad bought my brother and I a mini bike, and we rode that thing all morning. And when I started getting used to it, I figured I'd pop me a wheelie. So I cranked back that throttle and yanked on the handlebars, and of course the thing went right out from under me. So I'm running down the street behind it, holding on to the handlebars, which doesn't help. And it kind of fell over to the right, and as the front wheel hit the ground, it hit the curb. And bounced right back up and just crushed my nose. I could probably still find that picture. My late mom's. I got a lot of her stuff out in this shed that I should turn into a shack someday, but it's full of her stuff. But I could find that picture. That's why my nose looks the way it does today. I still have a deviated septum. But good times, great memory. I can laugh about it now. KI5OBD.
Man, appreciate the story. That's good stuff. It's funny how that works, right? The handle, the throttle, happens to be twisting the same direction as your hands are going as the bike is leaving you, right? It's just like, it's a perfectly flawed design, and it's so much fun to watch people lose it like that. We only had one little mishap like that with the boys, and that was because the younger one, so my nephew's from Florida. For those of you who don't know, my nephews from Florida were here last week, and one of them is 15, the other one's 13, and the 13-year-old he's the brave. I could say he's the braver of the two. And whenever he would jump on that thing, the first thing he would do is just crank that throttle as hard as he could, and he'd pop a little wheelie every time. I kept telling him, twist it slowly, man, twist it slowly. Of course, that just made him twist it harder, and so he did fine. He held on, himself, but right before they left, I made him ride it together, and he wanted to be the driver, and I said, okay, but it's, I asked his brother, are you okay with this? And he's like, yeah, I think we're fine. So he gets on there, and of course, first thing Jacob does is twist that throttle, and up goes that front wheel, and off the back goes his brother. Down comes the bike, and off goes Jacob without his brother. I was like, well, that defeated the purpose. But it was funny. But other than that, we survived. No injuries, no broken noses. Good stuff. All right, guys. We've got Scott here, KI5 OBD. If anyone wants to say hi, come now with your name and call sign.
KB5MPJ.
All right, I heard you, Jason. There was somebody before you.
KG5, KVJ. I was wanted to, do the this is thing, and then let MPJ go first. KG5, KVJ.
Okay, all I heard was it. So I didn't hear the this is. I couldn't tell what that was. Go ahead, Jason. KB5 MPJ. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I've done on a Kawasaki KX80, which is probably stronger than the mini bikes that y'all were riding, and but somehow I managed to not dump the bike and not skin myself up, even though I did the same thing, which was when the bike went, when the wheelie popped up, my hand twisted harder on the throttle, and so it went even harder, but somehow I managed to squeeze the clutch and lay the wheel back down and get back. But my friend never let me ride his dirt bike again, so, but no damaged bike and no skinned legs or anything.
Yeah, but how was your pride? Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty well damaged, and that's just not cool. He didn't let you ride it ever again. Come on, man. You live and learn. KVJ Garrett, go ahead, man.
Yep, so Scott, I've heard that Mike Delta Zero, Charlie Echo station from Isle of Man, and I've wanted to get in there, but I've experienced the same thing. There's just such a pile up on that guy. It's insane. I don't know how he manages it. And then also, with the mini bike stuff, I remember being a kid, my dad was building a mini bike for my cousin, and I had to take it out for a test drive, and the first thing I did, he had a shop, and the first thing I did was literally drive it up the wall because I just lost control of the bike, and I kind of, my pride hurt a little bit after that. KG5, KVJ, back to Ned.
Drive it up the wall, I love it. All right, anybody else got anything for Scott tonight? Well, when I was a kid, I had a go-kart. I begged my dad for years for Christmas to get me a go-kart, and when I was about 13, he finally did, and we used to flip that thing, just turn it too sharp, and, if there was nobody, it was a two-seater, right? So, so when you're sitting, and the engine was on the driver's side, so it was real heavy on the driver's side, so if you turn it too sharp to the left, that passenger side would flip up, and I just got to the point where I would just wear an elbow guard, and whenever that sucker would flip up, I just put my elbow down and push myself back down again and just keep on going. But that was a lot of fun. I put a lot of miles on that little guy. All right, let's see. Next on my list, thank you, by the way, Scott. Great conversation. Have a great weekend, man. We'll see you. Next on my list was Bill in 5SMO. He said no traffic, so that wraps up my first round of check-ins, guys. Have a great weekend in 5SMO. Glad to have you on the log. All right, guys. Let me remind you, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Our call sign N50AK. My name Ray. My call sign is K5BZI. I am net control this evening. It is a controlled net, meaning the station should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. We've just wrapped up our first round of regular check-ins. I'm going to open the floor back up and see if anybody else would like to check in tonight. You do not have to be a club member. We just ask that you are, in fact, a licensed amateur radio operator. In fact, if you're new to the area, region, or new to the hobby at all, we'd love to hear from you. We love to hear from new folks. So let yourself know. Come on, jump in here and say hi. Come now with your name and call sign if you'd like to check in.
This is Kilo India 5, Mike, Victor, Frank, Jeffrey in South Austin.
This is WZ5 BBS, Rusty, South Dallas.
This is KI5NLK.
This is
KB5MPJ, Jason and Buda.
This is Kilo Alpha 5 Delta, no traffic.
All right. Pretty good run. Let me jump back up to the top of the list and say hi to Jeffrey, KI5, Mike, Victor Fox. Jeffrey, how are you this week?
I'm doing all right. I've been really busy. Work's been kicking my butt. And so I was about to turn in for the night and then heard you open up the floor, and I was like, all right, I need to get in there while I can. Because I am tired. But during the net, I've been over here chatting with George and Bill in the attendance channel on Discord. And maybe when I get some free time, I can get back out there and hop back on these fox hunts with a little bit more dedication and maybe a new antenna and some new technique. But radio-wise, not a whole lot going on other than trying to spend as much time as I can here on the 775. KI5VS, back to net.
Roger that, sir. Well, good to hear you. Glad you jumped in there. And I'm sure the heat doesn't help when it comes to getting wore out by the end of the day. I know it's happening to me. Just even a little bit I get outside during the day, it really does wear you down. All right, guys, we got Jeffrey here, KI5MBF. If anyone wants to say hi, come now with your name and call sign. Jerry. Go ahead, Garrett.
So, Jeffrey, my wife tells me that your girlfriend told her that you were a bit of a suicide jockey back in the day. What's the craziest thing you ever had happen to you on a bike? KG5, KVJ.
Craziest thing? I've had 3 pretty decent, what I'd call an actual crash. But the craziest one, it was my first street legal bike. It was a dual sport bike, and I was riding on the ranch next to the summer camp that I worked at. And I should not have been on their ranch, but I had deviated just a little bit off of the county road and found myself going about 45 miles an hour into a barbed wire fence. And I walked away with only 1 scar and a pretty beat-up motorcycle. And so, crazy in the fact that I should have gotten a lot more hurt, but did not. And now I learned that lesson pretty hard. But that's about the craziest story that I've got as far as motorcycles go.
Do that, KG5, KVJ, back to net.
All right, anybody else got anything for Jeffrey tonight? So Jeffrey's story reminded me when I was probably about 14, my neighbor across the street had a 3-wheeler. This would have been back in the early to mid-80s. He had one of those big red Honda 3-wheelers with the big balloon tires on it, and I, myself and his little brother, which was maybe a couple years younger than me, I was driving the thing. I grew up out in the boondocks, and next to me was an abandoned rice field, so it was pretty smooth. But unbeknownst to me, on the other side of that rice field, the rest of the land that was no longer being farmed had been some sort of farm, some sort of crop that was humped. So I went cruising, hauling tail across that flat land for like, 10 acres, probably doing 40 miles an hour on that three-wheeler, and all of a sudden I hit the hump section and launched myself and that little kid clean off the three-wheeler. We must have flown 10 feet in the air, and the bike went the opposite direction, thank goodness, but I'll never forget that, man. I hit them humps really, really moving, and those balloon tires just launched us. Good times. All right. Let's see. Thank you for checking in, Jeffrey. Get some sleep, get some rest, and we'll check back in on you probably Tuesday if you're around. And with that, that leaves me to Rusty, WZ5BBS. Go ahead, Rusty.
Hey, Ray, everybody on the net. It has been a busy week for me as well. I'm tying up stuff, and I'm leaving for Florida at 6:30 in the morning is when my flight leaves. So I'm getting everything done, getting everything packed up, and looking forward to a little beach time in Florida and hanging out with family. So that's pretty much where my brain is, and I'm looking forward to having the Miresto over at the house tomorrow and running the trivia net and seeing how they do. I know they're going to do well, but yeah, and thank them again for running this for the next 2 weeks so that I'm not even taking my laptop. I'm taking my iPad, but I am not taking my laptop. So if something dies, it's just going to be dead till I get home. WZ5BBS, thanks for running the net, Ray.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Team Moresto coming over. That's pretty cool. Well, have a great trip, my friend. I'm sure you deserve it. I know I do, but unfortunately I don't have one lined up. But I'm sure have a good time. Hey, tell the family hi for me, and have a safe trip. Guys, Rusty's with us. It's your chance to come say hi to him. WZ5BBS is here. Come say hi. All right, man. Well, don't oversleep. That's a pretty early flight, and we'll catch you next time. Next on my list is Anderson, KI5NLK, a regular on Tuesday nights. Finally got so for you, those of you who joined us on Tuesday night, I feel like I should somewhat apologize for us taking over the conversation and talking about Flight Simulator for like 4 hours straight. I did, to be fair, try to change the conversation a couple times, tried to change the topic, and no one jumped in, but we sure had a good time watching Anderson fly around. And he got me going on an upgrade, which took me 3 days. I literally just finished upgrading it today, thank goodness. So, but anyway, KI5NLK, jump on in here. Tell us what you're up to.
Hey, Ray. Thanks for running the net. KI5NLK here. Hey to Rusty too. I wasn't gonna come in and say hey, knowing I was up next and waste everybody's time. Hopefully I sound okay. I'm on the 775 and I can't get it too good, so it's been a little lonely without the 320. I spent so much time talking it on the way home. I miss it when it's not on. It's like, where is everybody? And I tried a couple other repeaters and couldn't do it, but yeah, like Ray said, I've just been flight simming like a nerd lately. So that's all I got.
All right, man. Well, so you found that we won't be able to actually fly side by side on the game, is that correct?
No, you, me, and anybody else who wants to nerd out and play Microsoft Flight Sim, we all share the same skies, so we can fly around together. There's no game mode that gets you together, but yeah, we can totally fly around and like create our own little formation and, I don't know, fly out to the Ranch 32, 32 or whatever and pretend we're going out in the field there.
So when I'm flying and I'm in my cockpit, if I look out my window, I can see you in your airplane next to me, is that right?
Yeah, with me and my big goofy beard, and I'll just be waving at you like an idiot. KI5NLK.
Because I was confused. When you said we share the same sky, to me I thought, like I would be able to, like when you're playing a multi-person shooter game, you see the other player, and you can see who he's shooting and all that. I assume it's the same way on Flight Sim, right? Like if you and I are connected and I'm flying, I can look out the window and see you flying next to me, right?
Yeah, if we were next to each other, we'd be able to see each other, I think. we'd be able to see. I guess you can put your own tail number in maybe and differentiate each other. We'll figure it out. We'll do it. We'll update Discord too. That's where all the good stuff happens.
All right, roger that, man. I'm looking forward to it. I finally got stabilized over here, so I'm looking forward to connecting and playing online with you. All right, Anderson's here, guys. KF5NLK. He's answered all my questions. Do you have any for him? Come now with your name and call sign.
Yes.
Go ahead, Rusty.
Hey man, yeah, I was just gonna say I miss our chats after work on the 320. So hopefully we'll get that thing fixed sooner or later. But yeah, the Slacker chat has pretty much come to a halt. So hope you're doing well, man, and we'll holler at you later. WZ5BBS.
Yeah, for sure, BBS. Hopefully you get better luck in Florida as far as red tide and stuff goes this time, so that it's not so stinky. But have fun, travel safe. KF5NLK. Back to you, Ray.
Yeah, I actually worked in the shack today, and I looked down at the clock, and I saw it was 3:30, and I was like, oh, and I reached over and went to go turn the radio on, and I was like, oh, yeah, the oak's down, no Slacker chat, daggum it. All right, anybody else want to say hi to Anderson before we let him go here? All righty, sir. Have a good evening, man, and a great weekend. We'll catch you on Tuesday, if not sooner. Next on my list from Buda, another Southsidey, is KB5MPJ Jason. Hello, Jason. What's new?
This is KB5MPJ. Yeah, I'm sitting here on my driveway in my car getting into 441.775, so hopefully I'm making it in from down here in Buda. Let's see, today I tried to track down the RFI in my shack that I was having problems with. Ray, you heard me last night complaining about it a little bit, and turned off a bunch of breakers, and the noise came back even without stuff plugged in, so I'm starting to suspect a smoke detector that's connected to one of the circuits. So we'll see if that's what it is. And if it's not, I'm just going to give up, because this is about all I'm willing to do in a house that I don't own, to try to solve RFI. So that's kind of what I did. I also did some cable management in my shack while I was at it. So hopefully something good will come out of it no matter what. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did radio-wise. Back to net control.
Well, that's a bummer, man. I'm sorry to hear you couldn't work out that RFI problem. Maybe the smoke detector's it. You'll get lucky. So one thing that Jason did not bring up, which I was hoping that he would, is we noticed the RFI last night while he and I were having an 11-meter FM QSO on channel 33, 11 meters. He came over and we did a little tweaking to his new rig. He picked up a President Lincoln 2 Plus, and we chatted him up all the way home. And when he got back in Buda, he and I talked on FM mode on channel 33, 11 meters, and it was a lot of fun. So for those of you who are interested or didn't know you were and might be interested, 11 meters is becoming a thing these days, guys. It's not the old chicken band it used to be. There's a lot of great QSO, a lot of great DXing happening way up on sideband on channel 38 and 39, 36, 37, all those. Of course, you've got your usual shenanigans down around 6, but there's some legit DXing happening on 11 meters. So don't shrug it off so quickly. That's all I have to say about that this week. And I'll open it up, see if anyone's got anything for KB5MPJ tonight. Come on, come there to name a call sign, please.
KVJ.
Go ahead.
Jason, I was just curious what your budget is for a house. I got a buddy up north that wants to buy something in this neighborhood, so I kind of keep an eye on the market, and if I drive around and see something, I usually look it up on Zillow or something. So I'm curious to what your budget is. If I find something, I'll let you know. KG5 KVJ.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay below 200, so that's why I'm still renting. You know, I'm started seeing $90,000 houses sell for $500,000. So right now I'm just kind of holding off. But yeah, if anything comes up. But yeah, on the 11 meter thing, I was going to mention, yeah, it's legal now to use FM on 11 meters, and we tried it, and it sounds great, except for some RFI that I was coming up with. And Ray, I was going to ask you, what did you do to finally get your flight simulator to update?
I literally turned everything off. I turned off all the background processes that I possibly could, including, you know, the built-in Windows antivirus, which is the only one I use. My Windows computer is the one that I use to run my security cameras. I turned all those services off. What else did I turn off? I turned off, it's also the computer I use for work. So I turned off some of the background processes I had going there, like SQL Server and some other little things. And then I uninstalled the game and reinstalled it, and then the update worked.
Okay, yeah, glad you finally figured it out. Sounds like a lot of effort, but that's, you know, I guess that's how it goes with computers. But yeah, that's cool that you finally got it updated. But yeah, so the 11 meter FM thing, it's a thing now. So if anybody wants to do any Southside simplex 11 meter FM or 11 meter anything, I guess we'll be up for it.
For sure we will. Anybody else have anything for Jason tonight? All right, Jay. Have a great evening, man. Great weekend, and we will catch you on 2 meters, on 11 meters, and who knows where else. Let's see. Moving down my list, the last one on the second round of check-ins was Kyle, KA5D. He checked in no traffic. Thank you, Mr. Kyle, for checking in. We've got you on the log. And with that, I'm at the end of my list. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Our call sign's N50AK. My name is Ray, call sign K5BZI. I am Net Control. If you'd like to check into tonight's net, we'd love to have you. You do not have to be a club member. You just have to be a licensed amateur radio operator. We're going to throw it out there one more time for check-ins. Check-ins. Come now with your name and call sign, please.
K5 Tango Radio.
That recognizes K5 Tango Radio. Anybody else?
KI5PZN.
Gotcha, Ernesto. Anybody else? All right, nothing heard. Let's go back up to George there. K5TR. How's it going, George?
K5BZI in the net. K5TR. Going all right. I was on vacation for like a week and a half and been catching up on work, and I haven't been doing too much radio, although I did check into the CW net on 80 meters tonight with W5WTH and W5ESE and KI5HHK, who was listening but not transmitting, and so that happened again. And there's a contest coming up this weekend that's a fun CW contest called the North American QSL Party, and a couple of weeks from now there will be the sideband version of it. It's a great little event, so I encourage you to look that up. I posted a link to the contest page for that in the contesting channel on Discord. And other than that, not much going on. It's hot. There was a fire south of here by about 5 miles that was moving pretty fast the other day, but seems to be now about 70 or 80% contained, so I don't think it's going to make it to me. K5BZI in the net, K5TR.
Okay, well, glad to hear it's not going to make, the fire's not going to make it to you. That's, that's scary. Good luck with that, and let us know if you get in a bind and you need anything, of course. And thank you for updating the contest channel. I'm looking forward to that North American QSO party. I might actually be able to make it this year. I've missed it the last year, and I'm excited. I like the sideband version. Not much of a CW guy myself, but I like the sideband version. So you guys who are in the CW, definitely check it out this weekend. That's a big one. Yeah, thanks for letting us know about that, George. Okay, let me open it up and see if anyone's got anything for George tonight. K5 Tango Radio's with us. Come now with your name and call sign if you've got anything for him. Okay. Nothing heard. Thanks for maintaining our 250 machine. It's all we've got right now pretty much, so I appreciate you keeping up that for us out there, George, and keep an eye on those flames and take good care of yourself and your family there. Make sure you're all right and let us know if you need anything. All right, let's see. Next on my list is Ernesto, Kilo India 5 Papa Zulu November. Ernesto, what's going on?
Hey Ray, K5PZN, and thanks for running the net, and hello to everybody on the net and listening as well. Nothing too exciting, I guess, this week. Just catching up with work. Had tons of stuff to catch up after not working for a few days. Looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully we'll get to do a little bit of fox hunting this weekend. I feel good now, thank goodness. And I guess I'll go and spend some time with the guys over there at the Austin Amateur Radio Club on Sunday morning Saturday morning for breakfast. And let me let this reset for a second. And yeah, we'll give it a shot tomorrow at the Friday Night Trivia Net. That looks very challenging. I remember one time Rusty was showing it to me, and it just seemed as complicated as flying a helicopter. But again, it's two people, so hopefully we'll make it happen. I'm excited on that one. I like learning new stuff. So that, hoping for the repeater, the 320, to be back up soon. Because boy, what a difference does it make in the air? Like there's a whole bunch of people that I don't hear these days, and I know it's because of that. So let's hope that gets fixed soon, and yeah, that's about it, man. Thanks again for running the net, and everybody for participating tonight. Back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good luck this tomorrow with the Trivia Net. I think you guys are going to have a good time. I think it's going to be a lot easier than you think. And you guys are great net control operators. I've listened to you on Sundays. You guys should tune in at 7 o'clock. On the KA5D system and this system for the weekly rundown net that Ernesto and Maria run on Sundays at 7. It's a quick little net. They have to get it over before the swap net starts, so it's a good little net to join in on at the end of the week. And yeah, so good luck with that. It's good to hear from you, man. And I agree. The world's just not the same without the 320 on the air. I miss it. I think we all do. But KV5TX Chris is working his tail off on it. He's been gathering material, and he'll get out there and get us back on the air soon, I hope. All right, guys, we've got KI5PZN here with us. Someone would like to come in and say hi to him. Come on now with your name and call sign. All right, nothing heard. Well, I will be listening in tomorrow night, Ernesto. Not much of a trivia player, but I'll definitely be listening in. So no pressure. And have a good net. Let's see. That's the last of my check-ins. Anybody else want to check in for tonight's net? This is the Thursday night net from the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Come now with your name and call sign, please. All right. Nothing heard. I guess there are no more check-ins. Does anybody else have anything for the net tonight before we wind her down? It is And just took us there. You cut out a little bit. Say that one more time, please. Number 4, Lima Romeo. Matthew, checking in. It just took a second for me to grab the mic there. Okay, so you're coming in on I think on our 440 machine, and we're having some issues with it tonight, so you're cutting out. I've got November 4 Lima Romeo. What was the last letter? Oh, let's see if you can hear me better on the other repeater here. This is Kilo November 4 Lima Romeo Alpha. Oh, yeah. Hey, was it Mike? You're pretty close there. It's Matthew. I'm all the way up here in Georgetown in the car, and it just took a second for me to grab the mic before I was able to get back to you. Matthew, yeah, we checked into your net last night. Thanks for checking in tonight. How goes it? Repeater coverage in the UT and how many of that? Matthew, we're having some issues hearing you, and it's not your fault because our coverage is terrible tonight because of some issues we're having with a few machines. So I'm going to let you go mobile in there. Thanks for hosting the UT net last night, by the way. Guys, there is a net on Wednesday nights. It's the UT Amateur Radio Club. They have their net every Wednesday night on the KA5D system, which is connected to the N5OAK system as well. Be sure to check that out and support that club. Matthew was net control last night, and we were able to check in, and great net. Thanks for hosting last night, Matthew. All right. Anybody else got anything else for the net tonight before I do the net wind down? All right, nothing heard. Well, let me give you the rundown on net. Starting on Sundays at 3 p.m., there is a 10-meter net at 28.410, and that is hosted by our good friend Rod, W5NDS, in the Austin Amateur Radio Club. That's a 10-meter net on Sundays at 3 p.m., 28.410. I've tried to hit that net a couple times, and I just can't quite hear them. So if you have a hard time hearing those guys, don't get too frustrated. Maybe reach out on Discord and see if anyone's on there, and maybe see what you can do to improve your. I definitely need to improve my 10-meter setup here to hear those guys. Then on Sunday evenings at 7, I said 7 earlier. At 7:30 p.m. is our weekly wind down net with Ernesto and Maria on this frequency. The N5OAK system, as well as the KA5D system, is connected to that. Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Nice quick little rundown net, short and sweet. It has to end before the 8 o'clock swap net, so jump in there, say hi, and let us know how your week has been. Monday nights is 6-meter night. AI5 Alpha, Rick, and the crew get together at 8 p.m. Starting at 50.125. That's 50.125 on the 6-meter dial. Every Monday night starting at 8 p.m. And that's a really good exercise in stretching the legs on your 6-meter equipment. It goes from the sideband portion of the band, typically tends to work its way into CW eventually, and who knows where in between. You might wind up doing some SSTV. You might go up to 52525 and do some FM. It's just a good experience, a good exercise in 6 meters every Monday night at 8 p.m. Tuesday nights, as I mentioned before, is the Southside Simplex night. That is FM Simplex. The frequency is easy to remember because it's 555, like S's, Southside Simplex. 146.555 at 8 p.m. every Tuesday night. FM is the mode, and we'll catch you there. Well, it's mostly southern guys, but we've got plenty of guys from the outskirts, northern Austin, even Sean out in Smithville joins us once in a while. So if you can hear us, we can hear you, and if we can't, we will relay. Come join us on Tuesday nights for Southside Simplex. Give us all the power you got. Wednesday nights, as I mentioned, is the UT Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net. Starts at 8 p.m. I believe right now the hosts are kind of rotating since they are in between sessions. So be sure to go support the UT Amateur Radio Club. On the KA5D system, you can find out the frequencies for those repeaters at ka5d.com, or it's connected to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's repeater system as well, which is pretty much on the fritz right now. But you can find out the frequencies for those at n50ak.org. So be sure to join the UT Amateur Radio Club on Wednesday nights for their net. Of course, every Thursday night before this net is the N50AK sponsored CW net. It is a CW net that is open to any and all Morse code skills, no matter what your skill set is. Even if you're cheating and using software like I do, go join Pat and the guys on or about 3532 megahertz. That is the it's 3.532 megahertz, right? That is the technician portion of the 80-meter band, meaning even if you're a technician class licensee, you can go play CW with the guys on Thursday nights at 7:30, so go check them out. Thank you, Pat, W5WTH, for keeping that a ongoing net for so long. It's been a lot of fun. Right after the CW net, of course, at 8 p.m. is this net, the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday night net. It is connected to all kinds of extended repeater systems, all of which you can find by going to our website and looking at the All-Star tab and clicking the bubble chart, and you'll see all of the repeater networks that are connected to us on Thursday nights, and they can be extensive. We've known to be connected to repeater networks as far as New York, even up in the Idaho area. So do definitely join us on Thursday nights, every Thursday night. And we, in fact, do have a rotating net control, so you never know who you might get. You might get myself, you might get Ernesto, you might get Rusty, you might get Sam, K5JM, who knows? Come join us on Thursday nights. Friday nights, of course, is the world-infamous Thursday night trivia. It starts at 9 p.m., which is a great start time because you can get all your to-dos done throughout the day, and you don't have to hurry. It doesn't start till 9. So come play trivia. You don't have to install anything. It's a free game. You don't even need that beat to a radio if you don't really have access to one. I've played it from a noisy bar before on my phone. Just go to n50ak.org and click on the trivia button, and that will take you to the website where the game is hosted, and you can play. It's a lot more fun if you do have access to your radio, though, because the play-by-play there is a lot of fun to listen to. To mention the interaction between the players. And by the way, this weekend and next will be hosted by Team how do you call it? Team Moreo, Ernesto Morea. Ernesto Morea will be hosting this weekend next. So be sure to come join the group for trivia on Friday night starting at 9 p.m. And that just leaves Saturday, and as I say, there's never a dull moment in ham radio in Central Texas. This club always has something going on. There happens to be a fox hunt this weekend. Be sure to check out the Fox Hunt channel on Discord for a map which should be popping up there in the next probably 24 to 36 hours for where the fox will be hidden this weekend, and get out there and do a little fox hunting. Also, keep your eye open on the Parks on the Air, Summits on the Air channels of Discord for guys. We've always got someone out activating parks or summits, and in fact, I believe we've got KF5DPX is out doing Parks on the Air this weekend. I know he was out today and likely to be out this weekend as well. So be sure to check out on Saturday if you've got nothing else going on and want to play some radio. Odds are you will find something going on. By the way, on that fox hunt stuff, if you've never done a fox hunt before and you'd like to tag along with somebody, there's plenty of folks in the club who would love to have you ride along and show you the ropes. So just reach out on the Fox Hunt channel for someone to ride along with, and it won't take you long. Someone will definitely like to have you ride along with them. So check that out. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. This has been the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. My name is Ray, call sign K5BZI. It's been a blast. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page. Rusty's done a great job of maintaining that. Of course, I've mentioned the website. The calendar is up to date on the website, and you can link to that calendar, so it'll update yours, which is pretty cool. And again, in case you missed it earlier, if you'd like to join us on Discord, there's a big purple button on our website at n5oak.org where you can request access. That's about it. That wraps it up for me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. As always, I appreciate everyone's participation. And thank you, everybody, for being patient with our current technical difficulties. I promise you we are working diligently to take care of those, and we'll get everything back functioning satisfactorily as soon as possible, I assure you. I now return the frequency to regular amateur radio use. 73 all.
That was good fun. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, I found it okay. I know it's tough without the oak being on.
Yeah, for sure. Was it like 19 check-ins or something like that? I mean, without the oak, it's...
18 if Rusty checks in twice. You count every comment of KBJ. Light traffic for sure.
Keeping it alive, keeping it alive. Dude, did you see the picture that OBD just posted to the Thursday Night Net channel? So glad I sold this house before the fire. Oh, man.
Wow, dude, that's serious.
I mean, there is nothing left. All right, I'm going to go to bed. I got to get up in the morning and get some work done that I was supposed to get done tonight and didn't. So, 73, everybody. 73, Anderson. I'll catch you later.
73, Ray. Yeah, 5 and okay. I'm going to be clear as well.
Good night, Ray. Good night, Anderson. Good night, everybody. KF5OBD.
Night, Scott.
Check. Check and fuck off, troopers. I am out of this backward ass state.